men is pretty funny. Wait a minute.
Jeez.
Hold on.
Anything else on the practice squad, gents? Anything at all? Good?
I think we're good.
All right, let's move it along here to some practice updates. Let's lead off with what I think is the most important news of the day out of practice. As I was listening to the Homer Hour, and he had Jason Wilde on there toward the back end of the show, and Jason Wilde, to the best of my knowledge, is the first that reported this. If you guys know of anyone else who reported it before him, I'd love to give him credit. But Wilde said Jayden Reed's injury is a Jones fracture and will most likely be a factor this season. Reed returned to Packers practice today. So looking into that, man, I've seen everywhere from 2 to 6 weeks to 3 to 6 months recovery.
Bottom line, me no likey that bird.
Yeah, and they said I heard someone else say that it's very, very difficult for it to kind of repair itself, to heal itself because of the lack of blood flow. It's a bone close to the pinky toe. So ironically, right, we just got to talking about Greer's pinky. But so the fact that he's out there, though, I think that says a lot about Jayden Reed, but that's something they're going to really, really have to monitor, I would imagine. I mean, Wilde sounded very, very like his tone came down and everything like this is probably going to be an issue this season. So,
it's not going to get better, right? The more that he runs on it, it's not going to improve.
Right.
It's already difficult spot on your foot to have an injury like that. It already takes long enough to heal, let alone running and cutting and playing football on it. So I've seen some of the fan base saying, well, why not just, send him to IR and get the surgery done now and let him, recover and, rehab. But if he wants to make it a go, we've seen players do this before, right? There is precedent for guys playing through a Jones fracture in recent memory. So if anyone can do it, I think it's Jay Reed for sure, but it's going to be tough.
Judy asked, how long has Reed been hurt? To the best of my knowledge, Drew, the first I heard about it, you guys remember there was a practice and they said he had a problem with his shoe. His shoe was bothering him. Y'all remember that his cleat was bothering him?
And then we had him in a boot a couple days later, right?
Right. Yeah. And I remember Jason Wilde said on his show, something seems off because Jayden Reed wouldn't answer questions. I don't want to be the one to say something, out of line here on the injury. And he was like, I don't like the sound of that. And there were some people like, oh, well, he's just overreacting. No, he wasn't overreacting. He picked up on that pretty quick. So, that absolutely sucks. So anything else you guys, I want to say this though, Dontavion Wicks, you see him back here, right behind Jayden Reed as well. So he obviously returned to practice today. That's a great sign to get him back for sure. Yeah. So we're starting to get a little bit healthier, I feel like. But
I like what Holmes says there. Those fractures are at high risk for malunion. That's true. If you don't have the surgery,
what is that?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what does that mean?
Not united, not connected.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming that's what that means.
Probably from the lack of blood flow we talked about too.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I don't know. Prayers up for Bird, right?
Yeah. Some other players that had Jones fracture. Derrick Henry had one. Des Bryant, Debo had it in 2020. Christian Wilkins just had one in 24. Kool-Aid McKinstry, that was what he had.
That's who I was thinking of.
Okay. There we go.
Played through the Jones fracture, and everyone was talking about his 40 time. And then we found out that the dude ran his 40 with a Jones fracture and didn't say anything. So
yeah, Doc in the chat says poor healing due to blood flow or lack thereof.
But they had enough confidence to not put him on, IR or, anything like that. Like they didn't put him on a 4-week IR. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Drew D says Larry McCarron had a pinky with malunion. There you go. So I think we have.
How about these hands?
Yeah, that'll do it.
I got you.
That ain't the Jones fracture. That's the James fracture or something right there.
That's the rock fracture right there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so the rest of the injury report, if you will, from practice, and it sounds like they're probably going to have the weekend off, I think. I don't know if they took the team picture today, but that should be here in the next 24 to 48 hours, and then they'll probably have the weekend off and then come right back to work on Monday, and it's go time, right? So Rob Demovsky, Jayden Reed with the foot, Dontavion Wicks with the calf, Aaron Banks with the back injury, Elton Jenkins with the back, and Xavier McKinney all practicing today. So the one that you notice that's not on that list, Nate Hobbs with the knee, Zane Anderson knee, Savion Williams with the hammy, and Barron Sorrell with the knee. So Nate Hobbs, we knew it was going to be kind of sliding in at the last second at the finish line for week 1 for him to be healthy. Emilio, are you concerned about Nate Hobbs at this point? Because to me, this feels like this is kind of right on schedule. I didn't expect him to just jump right back into practice immediately.
Right. No, I'm not too worried. We still have that. You're still a week and a half away-ish. Get another weekend to heal. And even if he's not completely ready for week 1, you might only get him 15, 20 snaps anyway if he's coming in a little bit hurt. So I'm not too worried about it.
BTA.
Absolutely.
All right, there you go. So anything else you guys want to hit on in terms of the injury report here? Because I know, Tim, Dontavion Wicks with the calf, he obviously returned. Aaron Banks, that's the big one for me. I think that's huge that he's back in the fold. And obviously Xavier McKinney, we've been seeing this coming for well over a week now, right?
I agree. I think X and Aaron Banks were the two that I was really looking forward to seeing back out there, right? I mean, Aaron Banks has been dealing with that back for the better part of the last month, right? So to see him back out there, that makes you feel good about your O-line. And then obviously X going to give it to you, right? The captain of the back end of that defense, really good to see him practicing and not just, running red line and rehab stuff. So, and I think you're right. The, Hobbs, Zane, Savion Williams, and Mr. Sorrell, we all knew what was going on with that. It's just going to take time. Nate Hobbs is the one to watch, right? Because he was the one that he had that issue, and they went ahead and did the cleanup right away. And so we're just waiting for him to, get cleared to play, right?
Yeah.
And what all this spells here, really, Ron Sample says Jenkins and Banks back is huge.
Yep.
Think about this: you get Elton Jenkins and Aaron Banks back, right? You're still missing Savion Williams. To me, this kind of all right. Your offensive line is pretty much completely healthy now, right? We're about to run the hell out of the rock early in the season, boys. It's coming. There's going to be a lot of duo action, I believe, and most likely out of 12 personnel.
4 tight end. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's going to be the Josh Jacobs show, and I can't wait for it, man. Anything else on these injuries right here specifically? Anything at all y'all want to hit on?
No, I think it is interesting, though, that as much as I was scratching my head about the Nate Hobbs signing, I'm really excited to get him back because I just feel like what we've seen from him. I saw maybe a couple people saying they haven't been wild on him in the chat, but to me, I feel the opposite. I felt like the intensity and just the physicalness that he's bringing to this secondary is something that I've been longing for a very long time. And if we got a couple of dogs back there, like you see the types of attitudes that guys like Hobbs, Keyshawn, Carrington, and now with the kind of veteran leadership. I mean, I even throw Evan Williams in there. He seems very, very scrappy. And then you got a guy that's kind of leading the charge, and obviously X. That is a group that could be pretty fearful, man.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Nate Hobbs fits in real well in that cornerback room. Definitely.
Yeah. Donovan Schilling in the chat bringing out the strap. He says 180 in here watching live on YouTube and only 34 likes. Come on. You're a Bears fan if you don't hit like. So appreciate that, Donovan. You guys would just take a quick second. We hate to ask, but it helps more than you know. Hit that like button for us. If you're new here, subscribe, click the bell icon. That way you're notified as we go live daily as we're closing in on week 1, man. It's gonna
Get ready to go.
It's going to be a blast this year. So this is good news, I feel like. Jordan Love, a full participant for the first time since the thumb surgery. Will play
look at that. He's taking snaps. Let's go.
Still got the bandage
using
on.
both hands.
Taking snaps. That's right.
Perfect. Keep the bandage on for however long you want. I really don't care.
I think it looks badass to me.
Yeah.
I mean, chicks dig scars, right? Go out there like you all bandaged up. Yeah.
That's Joe Flacco 101 right there.
That's right. Look at that. Seriously.
The car fake there. I like it. Let's go.
I look like my Uncle Ray right there in the front balancing his checkbook, too. I don't know who that guy was walking through. You might know who that is, Tim, right here. Who is this old gentleman right there? Who is that?
Oh, that's our equipment guy. It's hard to see. It was kind of a quick flash.
Old man equipment guy. Let's see if we can get it like this.
Yeah, he's an OG. Yeah. I believe that's one of our equipment managers.
The two-tone? Yeah, it's a good look.
That's right, he is, man. Got that shirt tucked in. He's out there for business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Smith. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you got the good slacks on, you got to tuck the shirt in, man. You got to.
See.
Yeah. This looks like who's the guy on King of the Hill? The bald
Dale?
Fan. Dale. Is it Dale? Is that who I think? Yeah, I think it is
Or
Dale.
Bill. Oh, Bill Dozer. Bill.
Yep. There you go. I love that Jacob knows every character on King of the Hill. It's absolutely hilarious. So anyway, how are we feeling about Jordan, boys? You think we're good to go here? Any concerns at all, or do you think? I still think they need to be a little bit careful. Don't get too crazy. As obviously you want that to heal up just from the incision, right? I mean, that's something that you want to kind of protect a little bit.
I would agree.
Right.
You don't want an infection or something, right? Or it's a open back up or anything crazy. So I would agree.
Yeah, I agree with what Tim said. Just be cautious. But to me, it's more the way that his legs are moving and looking like that. To me, looks like he's ready to go. Not to quote the Bears coach, but
get ready to go.
Shout out to Matt Schneidman for all those videos that he took.
I'm just happy he was taking snaps under center and everything. Like, that's huge.
Yes.
Here's a look at Dontavion Wicks from Matt Schneidman. Wicks could be listen, man, people forget how damn good he was his rookie year. You know, he struggled last year. Make no two bones about it. But man, if he can come out and be somewhere in between last year, where he had a 65 PFF grade, and the year before, I think he was a 77, I believe. And his yak his rookie year was unbelievable. So if you can get him involved early, maybe that will allow you to press into 11 a little more than what we're anticipating, because as we pointed out, man, all of our Chalk Talk episodes last year, when we broke down the plays of the year and did a special Chalk Talk show on that, every single play on offense was out of 11 personnel. That's not a coincidence, man.
Yeah.
That's how you can really, really attack defenses for sure. So
what a great time for Tay Wicks to, get back on track, right? Considering what we just talked about with Jayden Reed. Like, if there's, a chance that Bird's going to miss any time, having Tay Wicks step up and get the hot hands again would be great timing in this offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Completely agree. All right, so there's a little injury update. Let me make sure. Here's let's see if Rob had anything to say here. Go ahead and read that super chat, Jake.
Yeah, Josh Martin in the super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. He says, realistically, what would you consider a great season for Love statistically, team-wise, for LaFleur and Goot?
That's a great question.
5 million yards, 5 million touchdowns,
I've got
0 interceptions.
You guys know how I do this every year team-wise. I give you a low number and a high number. I think I'm expecting 10 to 13 wins for the Packers. The closer you get to 13, obviously it was an absolutely great season. In terms of Jordan Love, what I want to see is I want to see him flirting with the 30 touchdown mark or surpassing it while keeping it under 10 interceptions. If we protect the football in the passing game and continue to press into the run like we did last year, play action should be more effective from underneath center now that the knee's healthy. Matthew Golden, if he continues to build off what we've seen in camp, I don't think there's any reason why Jordan Love couldn't be closer to 40 touchdowns while keeping it under 10 interceptions. You just got to clean up the picks. You got to do that. And again, last year he battled 3 different injuries. I got you. I understand all that. But that's how you get closer to 13 wins as opposed to that 10. But what do you guys think? How would y'all answer that? That's a great question, Josh. Thank you, buddy.
I'd say 3,700 yards passing, under 10 to 12 interceptions, somewhere around 30 tuds, and not afraid to pull the ball down and run. So maybe like 200 to 300 yards rushing.
I like it.
I would agree with that.
What about
I think as long as he's under, as long as the picks are in the single digits, I'm happy.
Yeah, that would be great.
What did you ask, Emilio? Sorry.
What about the team? Where do you think we're heading?
Well, I think I'd still say between 10 to 13 wins would something that I think would be feasible. I would hope for more, but realistically, I think 10 to 13 wins.
14-3, book it. Let's go.
Every year. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'd probably say 11 12 wins for the team. I think we need to get win the North would be, basically ideal, but we need to get 2 or 3 rounds into the playoffs for sure. I think that, if we get, if we don't win the North and make the playoffs, all right, fine, but we got to win that game for sure. If we make win the North, make the playoffs, win that game, ideally win the second game. NFC Championship would be pretty much a good season, for us. That means we're progressing. That means we're getting better. I would want to see us being able to try to reach that.
Love it.
And for Jordan, 40, under 12, and over 4,000, hopefully like 4,500.
All right.
Yeah, the closer you get to 40, you can tolerate that
pick.
10 plus, right?
Yeah.
Get a little over 10. I agree with that completely.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, man, for sure. So one last little note here, kind of goes hand in hand with what we talked about. Rob Demoski tweeted out, Jordan Love still has his surgically repaired left thumb protected with a brace/tape. But he took snaps from under center and out of the gun for the first time since surgery. So there's a step in the right direction. Still handed off with his right hand only. Didn't do the drill where they're punching at the ball. So everything we said, take it a little easy there. Obviously, they're still taking all precautionary measures there. So
I think that first shot that he takes to that hand in a game, we're gonna get a good idea of how serious it might still be, right?
Yeah. Do you guys mind if I do a couple chats just to clean up some segments we had earlier? So Bates, always our resident Jamie, says, I believe that was Brian Naring, the equipment team manager, which I think Tim alluded to.
Not Larry David.
I saw that
in the chat. How dare you?
I love that. Bates is the one that can do. Listen, I won't give too much details, but Bates probably did a full background check just now. I'll just leave it at
that. Real quick, Holmes MD is saying that sutures heal usually in 10 to 14 days. He says the incision should be or is closed by now. So that's good information here. And just a random fun fact, Jim H is saying it looks like Myers may win the New York Jets starting center job. So
my Papa Bailey could win that job. He's been dead since 86. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. But I do wish Myers all the best. Seriously, that's got to be tough to go to the Jets on a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? And there's almost no guaranteed money. He's got to be like, boy, might be calling Kentucky games soon. You know, so but. Wish him nothing but the best for sure. Anything else, Jacob? Is that all of them? Good.
That's pretty much it. Yep. Other than wishing Donovan a happy birthday, he says he shares it with Matt Ramage. So congrats.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Donovan and Matt Ramage for sure.
There you go. All right, let's shift gears. The topic of the day. Tim, you want to take a break? We're gonna get into a little Micah Parsons talk.
Hey guys, I'm going home.
All right, now so obviously. Well, here we go. Let's hit the super chat real quick. Go ahead, Jacob. Read it.
Yeah, Randy Steen says, off topic, but with his ability to come back to the ball and his high IQ, I'm looking forward to seeing how Golden does during scramble drills. How about y'all? That's a great point.
Mm-hmm. That's what Jacob lives on when he plays Madden. Dude does not know how to hit a route in timing.
Just let him finish the route, run around the back as long as he can, and then they'll finally break off. Nothing more frustrating, though, than you scrambling right, somebody sitting over in a curl, and they just don't move. You're like, fuck.
Put the team on my back.
Perfect.
Out here. No, I think that's it. I agree. I think that's a good point, Randy. To me, Golden, some guys just kind of get it. It seems like he gets it. The game kind of comes natural to him. He doesn't look like some guys, they overthink it. You could see it. I felt like Dobby did that a little bit early. I want to say maybe that's kind of what Wicks does. Wicks is probably overthinking it a little bit too much. You watch him run a route and you're like, he's brilliant, right? And then when the ball gets thrown to him, it's almost like, I don't want to say panics, but he's just thinking too much. Golden's smooth. I could see him on the scramble drill being one of those top receivers. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this. What do you think Golden's going to have yardage-wise in the first month of the season? Just the first month.
First month?
Because I was listening to, I want to say it was either the PFF or the Athletic podcast. They were rattling off some guys that had, chunks of yardage in their first month, and I was just kind of seeing what you thought maybe for them.
Yeah, so the first 4 games, just a quick little preview here. We've got the Detroit Lions at home. And thank you for the super chat, Randy. Appreciate you so much, buddy. Get the Detroit Lions at home in week 1, then a short turnaround there, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime against the Washington Commanders. Then you go on the road to Cleveland. They've got a pretty good defense. I know overall their team has been kind of bad, but I want to say their defense is pretty stout. And then you go to Jerry World week 4. So it's a great question, Emilio. I'm gonna go out and say I think Golden will have – I think he's going to be somewhere around between 2 to 250 yards receiving it within the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say around 250, maybe like 3 tuds, shown enough on film where people will start to kind of taking notice of who he is. But I think they'll just – I want to say that he's going to get a lot of playing time quick, but we've seen in years past that, if Wicks is all of a sudden stepping up and – if Reed does have a little more left in him than we think, then they may not just throw him right into the mix early. You know what I mean? How they kind of seem to let guys come along gradually throughout the year. But I think 2 to 250 is quite reasonable.
Okay.
Tim.
What about you, Tim?
500,
catches,
yeah.
5 million yards.
500 yards, 8 tutters.
Because I want to say it was like Malik Neighbors. It was a couple of like really young studs, and their average was right around like 250 to 300 yards in their first month as a rookie. Coming out there, being able to put that on tape immediately, being able to put that on the field immediately, no matter the coverage, no matter what you're seeing. So that's kind of what I was just testing the waters on where y'all thought he would maybe be at.
Got it. So what was your number again, Emilio? What did you say?
I think he could push 300 yards. I really do. He could have a game and go off. If you get him in one 100-yard game, he's probably on track to break 300. But I would be happy with over 250. We're on track for him being a big boost for this offense.
That's a great point, because Matt Golden could have 100+ yards on 2 or 3 catches, the way that
very true.
What we've seen. So that's totally realistic.
I mean, you think about that, guys. If he does come out in the first 4 games and he has over 400 yards, you're talking about a guy that's on pace to. I mean, what would he finish the year with? Let's just say 300 yards, right? If he's got 300 yards the first 4 games, he's on pace for a 1,200-yard season as a rookie. I mean, that would break the rookie record. I think Sterling Sharp has a rookie yards record, I believe, right? I think Jaden Reed broke the rookie reception record. I think. I could be wrong there. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, it's going to be fun, though, man. As you can see the schedule, dude, we're getting close, man. That week 1 slate is going to be absolutely awesome, as you can see. I love how they've broken this down over at Nerding on NFL as well. I mean, listen, we got college football tomorrow, college football Friday, college football Saturday. We got high school football in between as well. And then Sunday, I think Sunday and Monday, we got college football too. And then the very next Thursday, right, Thursday of next week, you've got the Cowboys going into Philly. The Eagles probably without Micah Parsons, whether he's been traded or not, he probably won't play in that game, I would imagine. So then you got the Chiefs at the Chargers on Friday night, and then here comes the Sunday slate, man. It's going to be absolutely awesome. You got Aaron Rodgers going back into Jet Life Stadium to show Aaron Glenn who's boss and why he shouldn't have disrespected him when he came in and took that job. If you guys didn't hear that story, go look it up.
When they made Aaron fly all the way out there just to tell him to kick rocks, yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There's one thing Aaron does well. It's hold a grudge. So I think he's if they don't go out there and speak the snot out of the Jets, it's not going to be because he didn't want to. I promise you that. He's going to be up for that game.
Yep.
Just looking around some of the other games, that Tampa Bay at Atlanta might be a good one too. I'm trying to think if there's any other.
You got 2 first-round edge players in Atlanta. You got Jalen Walker and you got James Pierce Jr. So let's see what they have up front there. I think that's going to be pretty interesting against Baker. And even
Ravens Bills.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yep.
That's a good slate. I mean, the AI did a good job picking that schedule this year.
I mean, look at that. You're going to have Thursday night, Friday night. You'll get to just relax for the 1 o'clock hour and watch a ton of games. 8 games is what I'm showing there? Yeah, 8 different games in the 1 o'clock hour. And then we get to the 4 o'clock window. Obviously, that's when the Packers are going to play at 4:25. And then look at the Sunday night game. The Sunday night game of the week, Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
Dude, and then the Monday night. Yeah.
Monday night, we get to just hope both of these teams fall flat on their ass. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. It's going to be awesome.
The fact that the first NFL game is 8 days away.
Let's go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that the Vikings got 2 international games back to back this year and we got 0, I love it.
There you go.
Oh, did you guys by chance listen to Ryan's pod this morning where he went through how many recent Bears picks they've already cut? Guys that were only 1 or 2 years late. Same with the Vikings. They've just been throwing draft capital down the drain. And I hate to see it.
Yeah.